everybody. Happy Tuesday morning. Welcome to another episode of the Queen Mimi Radio Show. As always, we hope that everybody is doing good. You guys are staying blessed, staying safe, and taking care of yourself out there. We are still working, y'all. Make the long story short, just getting things together, keeping our head up, dealing with so much at home out here in these streets, just surviving, thriving, still being thankful, still being grateful, and just everyday life, same thing, just a different day. But things ain't gonna always stay the same, and they will eventually change. That's what we encourage on all our shows. For anybody that listens or we talk to, anything like that, look, we know it's hard as hell out here right now. Everybody going through something. Everybody doing their best to survive and just make it day to day, just all that stuff. And it get hard, it get frustrating, it gets very, very lonely because I'm saying as you rising up and you're making changes in your life, so on and so forth, everybody ain't gonna come with you. You know what we're saying? So that's something we always do our best to remind everybody. Everybody's not gonna come with you on this journey. They're not gonna see things the way you do. That's why you got the vision and they didn't. And yeah, everybody's gonna be different. Their path's gonna be different, their journey gonna be different. Yeah, all that good stuff. So ain't nothing you can do about that. You keep moving and do what you got to do. That's the same thing we doing. We're getting closer to getting everything done, or at least, getting started, locking in with our life and everything that's going on, getting things back on track. And one of the things that's helping us do that right now, we talked about this last week about music that saved my soul. And today we're going to kind of piggyback off of that. But today we're talking about, music and, we're saying healing, all that good stuff. Um, and yeah, that's what's helped us, healing through sound. Music that saved my soul, healing through sound. And that's one of the things that's helping us right now. Whether it be a song that we done listened to a billion times, done downloaded, streamed it, had the album. We grew up on it because we old school all day. We listen to it a little bit, and we do mean a little bit of what's out now. But we are mostly old school, and yes, a lot of it is before we were even thought of, before we were even born. So yeah, we just gonna go ahead and get that out of the way right now. But yeah, it's helped us. Music that heals your soul. Whether it be like we already said, music we done heard a billion times or our own music, because our husband has taught us how to produce and make our own beats. It's helping. It depends on our mood. Whatever we dealing with or going through, we'll listen to some R&B or something that's gonna make us feel sexy or something, trap music, hip hop, all that stuff. It just depends on our mood. And that's one of the best things we love about it. We can listen to any genre, anytime, like you said, whether it's our music or somebody else's music, and it'll help, give us strength, encouragement, and just keep pushing because depending on what we listening to or who we listening to, we have this, how can we say, guess this vision and this picture in our head of who we still want to be overall, in our life. But when we listen to certain songs, we just get that little female empowerment a little bit, especially when it's something sexy or something like trap music or whatever. What we saying? We get this vision of us just like walking and we just powerful and fearless and we just ain't nothing gonna phase us, just all that stuff. And it gives us so much encouragement, especially right now with us being tired as a thing and we just don't feel like doing nothing. It's helping our mind, with motivation, just encourage us and keep us going. Our body, because we alert, we awake, and it helps so much. And that's what we talked about last week. We was talking about specific songs and specific genres and stuff that we listen to. But we don't think, and we have a good idea that people don't really know, and we've said this out of our own mouth, how important music can be to people. You know what we're saying? The healing that it can provide, the encouragement that it can give to people, because it impacts your brain, your nervous system, and we already know your emotions. Especially ladies, you've been through a heartbreak. You hear that one song, you know every single word. We telling you, we know because we done been there. When we in our F these men mentality, Keisha Cole. We in our poetic, stuff like that. Alicia Keys, and we got other artists too. Trap music, T.I., Young Jeezy, just different artists like that. Plies. We done grew up listening to old school R&B, sexy music. First person that pop in our head, TLC. We miss Left Eye, but the first person that pop in our head, because we old school, we ain't playing. But you hear that one song, especially that love song. Oh my God. Oh my God, that love song, whether you with the person or you was with them in the past, we can promise you, and we know this, you're gonna start thinking about it. And they ain't gonna get out your brain unless you just change the subject, you change the song. And your nervous system, your brain, it reacts to certain things. And it reacts to certain songs. Like, why you think when people hear a certain song, they whole demeanor just changed, their whole body movement just changed, and it's like they just light up because their body is reacting to everything. Your body is reacting to everything that you're hearing. So, with all that being said, it also reduces your stress. You know what I'm saying? For us, and we're gonna say this, reducing your stress, improving your sleep, your memory, and your anxiety. For us, and we know people listen to different things. For us, and we do this every night. We're making it our business to do this every night now because we were starting. We said this already, then stopping, starting, then stopping. We making it a habit every night we go to sleep to listen to meditation music during the day, while we out working, doing our DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever, we listen to, what I'm saying, other artists, depending on our mood, and we get tired listening to them, or we playing our own music already that we produced and we created. You know what I'm saying? Either way, we listen to them during the day. We don't listen to the radio anymore, so we go on YouTube or I think Apple Music, all that stuff, because we can control what we listen to. We learn with the radio, they'll play the same song a billion times to the point where it gets on your nerves. But that's what helped that person blow up, or one of the things that helped them blow up. But that's what we do during the day. When we get home, we done exercise after we done work, got ourselves situated, we lay down, put on some meditation music every night. It helps with our anxiety because we fall asleep so fast. Our memory, which we really don't have any problems with that because we got so many dang on schedules and stuff up here, and we pretty much do the same damn thing every day. We are boring, y'all. We just put that out there now. We are boring. All we do is make money, do our shows, what I'm saying? What else? Work out, we saving money. We working on next summer so we can be outside. I'm saying? I can't wait to hear Cardi B new album. Yes, we listen to Cardi B, just for those that don't know. And that's one of the new people that we do listen to, because we do have some respect for her. We really do. But our memory, we shouldn't have no problems remembering nothing because we wrote down literally everything that we be doing every day, every week, whatever. So we look at our schedule every day. Okay, I gotta do this, and this, and we take care of it. But we've been doing good with that as well. Um, Improving our sleep, meditation music that we listen to, it definitely does that because sometimes we'll fall asleep and we'll be out. Like, we'll play this music loud, we don't care, and drown out other distractions, drown out other people and what they talking about because we living in a hotel right now. So we crank it up, especially if people want to make noise like they don't know anybody else in this building. Oh, well, that's what we doing. Crank up that meditation music, and it get quiet, and it helps us with our sleep because for anybody that stay in the hotel, even if you just for a couple days or whatever, if it was the most ghetto wretched place you ever been, you know what we talking about. It is hard as hell to get some rest or even have some dang on peace and quiet because everybody want to walk around here like they live in a damn apartment complex or something. No, you in a hotel. This ain't your spot. You gotta be mindful of other people. You know what we're saying? So that's one of the reasons why we do that. We was doing it before when we lived in Florida, but we was doing it during the morning time because we was in a horrible relationship. Just it was a lot worse than where we are now. We're just gonna leave it at that. But we had to listen to meditation music every morning just to keep our mind right and just it helped a little bit, but that's when we were still dead and we were still stupid as hell and we were still reacting off our emotions instead of common sense. So it helped a little bit at the time, but yeah, we could have did a lot better. Just saying. But now, along with other things we're doing, we make it in our business. Play your music every night you go to sleep. That's what helps us go to sleep. And it helps us so much because we just fall asleep. We ain't think about nothing. We ain't focus on nothing else. And the sounds, sometimes we'll listen to like, quiet, autumn, ambiance, piano, rain sounds. And that's one of our favorite ones. The rain and the thunder. And sometimes it just be that, or sometimes it be the little music playing in the background, a little soft music to help you go to sleep and stay calm. Stuff by the fireplace, by the water, a building, rain coming down, all that stuff. It helps us so much. That frequency healing, because we listen to that too. It's couple people on YouTube we subscribe to that we going one is Homie Ambiance. We found out about them on TikTok. And it was another one, I think it was frequency sound healing or something like that. We gotta double check that, but I think it was frequency sound healing, something like that. They have the frequency noises that you can listen to, things for your chakras, all that good stuff. And first off, no, you don't have that, but we still listen to it anyway. We already know the truth behind that, but our whole goal, and we heard our husband say it too, so we know everything is bogus. We know it's all bull crap, but we just like the sounds. We just listen to it so we can go to sleep and relax and unwind our body, so we don't really feed into how everybody else does it. We ain't knocking it, but we just do it, a different way. And it helps. It helps. We telling y'all, if you're not listening to meditation music or you don't have a certain artist or even like jazz, we're saying people, playing the saxophone and all that stuff. That's relaxing too. Everybody find it. Find it. And in the medical setting, we've heard music, I guess like in the medical setting, we haven't really heard it too much, so we don't really know too much about that, but we're assuming that it helps and it works, especially people being in pain and all that stuff. But we're not going to touch on that too much because we don't know too much about that. But yeah, it helps us. Especially we was in the foster care system. Like that's when we was in our little weird geeky phase. We was in the room dancing to music, facing the wall. Like we was actually in the music video and we performing on stage, and we would spend hours and hours in the bathroom just in our own little imaginary world, and just it was an escape. Yes, we know it's gonna sound weird. No, we don't really care. We're not finna hide nothing no more, but that's what helped us get through everything we was going through. You know what I'm saying? Just listening to different artists and different genres of music, and picturing ourselves living a life, and depending on what we was going through, we were sad, happy, whatever. Um, it was basically our therapy. It was basically our healing. We just didn't know it. We just heard certain songs and certain artists, and we would just light the hell up. Or we heard a sad song or there, we sit there and cry, you know what we're saying, or just sing every lyric, word for word. It's therapy, it's healing. So that's why we say on all our shows, like, you're going through anything, put your some music on. It ain't got to be meditation. It can be whatever genre you want. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Whatever's going to help you heal. It's constructive. It's productive. Clean up. You know what I'm saying? Just clean up, or, have you a little train all on some. Sit outside, listen to some music. You can do it by yourself. You don't need a bunch of people with you. That's the best part for us, because we antisocial. We're a homebody, so we ain't got no problems doing that on our own. You don't need you know what I'm saying? People go to the club or whatever. You don't even need to do that. You can stay home, play what you want. It ain't gonna be all loud. Have you a little drink, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, relax. or you clean up, or you want to read a book, or you just sit around listening to music. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just walk around the house and you know what I'm saying, just sing, just whatever's gonna help you heal. It's powerful. And our husband, we be listening to him sometimes. He just be downplaying, and we like, we get what you're saying. It's still helping people though. You know what I'm saying? Because he talks about it, he does it, but he talks about it like it ain't really a thing. It's not really important. Just like he says about mental health, he don't believe in that. We don't agree. We just kind of shut up with that because we had to, agree to disagree, all that good stuff. And we respect his opinion. We respect his opinion. So we're gonna make that very, very clear. But we have our own. Cause you gotta have them on your own. But yeah, for people that know, it's healing. And ask anybody what their playlist is when they're angry, sad, happy, over the moon, in love, heartbreak, whatever. Everybody got their, we got ours. We got certain artists we listen to depending on our mood, or if it's a song we ain't heard in a while, we'll listen to it. So it just depends. Everything we doing, and we speaking for ourselves, everything we doing basically is just on our mood. Whatever we feel, whatever we do want to do or we don't want to do, this ain't about people pleasing no more. And we just not finna hide. We just want to express ourselves. So whatever our mood is, whatever we gotta do, so on and so forth, that's what it's gonna be. So we're not trying to please nobody or nothing like that. So you can talk about us, all you want. We don't care. We don't give a damn. None of that. But yes, music helps. And even if you gotta listen to it before you go to sleep, you know what we're saying? It's gonna help you. We try and tell you. And we know that different cultures and different religions use music in their rituals, prayers, celebration. Um, Islam, we do not do that. We don't sing to Allah. We don't give no songs. We don't sing no praise to Allah. Nothing like that as far as music, because He doesn't like that. It's in the Holy Quran. For those that don't know, so under Islam, that's just our religion. We don't do that. We know other cultures, like we said, other religions. They have their prayers, celebration, their rituals. You know what I'm saying? Do you? We just don't do that over here. And with the original Asiatic black woman, so everything we do has to be original. That's one of the reasons why we play our own music on our shows. We don't promote nobody else. We're not playing nobody's music for free. You're gonna have to pay. And we don't do that radio. Okay, we don't play nobody else's music. We ain't trying to get sued, nothing like that. Yeah, we know we're a small show. We could blow up one day, and that person might hear it and be like, "They ain't get my permission to use that," and then come after us. So even with us talking about music this month, we still not gonna play nobody else's stuff because we're original. That's how we have to do it. But we know other cultures use their music. However, we don't know the ins and outs of it. We will say that. Only thing we can say is, when we was in the house of death, we know all about that. Gospel and all that stuff. But we don't even listen to that anymore. We're not allowed to. We're not permitted. But we know. We're aware of it. You know what we're saying? And we're not knocking it. Like we always say, to each his own. You do your thing. Everybody is led to wherever they led. You know what we're saying? So that's it. That's all. We can't be saying no more. No, I'm saying about that. But we can say, we know different cultures, different religions, they use their music to heal and do whatever they're going through, to help other people, however remote, however they choose to. That much we do know. And like we said, we don't listen to gospel, we don't do none of that, but it apparently helps people, it helps them heal, whatever. We don't know, but we know Allah is not like that. He don't want us singing no songs, no praise, and nothing for him. One of our duties is to get out here and teach, help our brothers and sisters. And I'm saying that's it. Be a leader, stay modest, all that stuff. That's what he requires of us. To do the job, we agreed and we promised him we was gonna do. But under Islam, Muslim, you see anybody doing that, they are not supposed to be doing it. We say do music. We're not saying they can't do music, but they're not supposed to be using no profanity, no cussing, and they're not supposed to be singing nothing to a lot. So if you hear that, I mean, if you choose to listen to it, that's your decision. But Allah does not like that, nor does he need it. He don't even require money. Does not even require money. We know other religions do. Let's be real. This ain't no shot, but we telling the truth. What religion or God do you know that requires money or requires you to sing to them or get in praise? That's not, no. So like we said, to other people that do that, we know, we're aware of it. We just don't. So we're not knocking nobody or, this ain't no shot. We're not attacking, but we just saying. And in communities, the collective sound, the connection and all that stuff, it helps people come together. And yeah, we gonna say it, from different races, different backgrounds, different religions, different nationalities. It does help people to come together too. It depends on the song, depends on the mood, depends on the vibe. And no, we're not talking about no club where everybody be up in there twerking and lying and perpetrating. We're not talking about none of that. We're talking about actual inspiring, uplifting, encouraging music that helps people, especially when you're going through the same thing as that other person. That's what we're talking about. Healing, positive motivation, happy music. You know what we're saying? Old school. Go listen to that. Because we don't hear none of that now. None of it. Like we said already at the beginning of the show, we listen to music that was out before we was even born. We old school, and music that we came up on. Forever. Old school head. We can count on one hand how many artists we listen to now that's out now. We do not listen to a lot of these female rappers. We can probably name about 2 or 3 we listen to. And especially these male rappers, I can't tell you none of their names to save my life. I can't tell you none of them. We don't listen to them. Everybody sound the same. Talking about shooting and killing each other. How much pussy they can get. How many women they can get. Women talking about how good their stuff is and how good they can, perform, sexual acts and all that. Yeah, nobody used to know that. We don't write about that in our songs. And we do spoken word. We don't write about none of that. We could have put that in our music. No. That's for whoever we with to know that, not for the whole world. And we're not judging, but that's just fact. That's just how we do it. We don't know. But yeah. Listen to it, find it, and you gotta take care of yourself. But that's what we do. So we do it a little different over here. All that good stuff. So that's why y'all hear our show, the way you do. And that's it, that's all. So, like we said, we're aware of other cultures, other religions, and other, genres of music that people listen to. We don't really listen or pay attention to the color of somebody's skin. You know what we're saying? When we listen to music, we like it, we listen to it. We used to always be made fun of for that. Why you listening to them white boys? Or why you listening to Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera or NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys? You know what I'm saying? They white. Why you listening to them? Because we like their music, stupid. All them people we just named helped us get through a lot in our teenage years. And Christina Aguilera is the reason why we wanted to get into music. We heard one of her songs called I Turn to You. I think we was like 15, 16. When we heard that song, when we saw the video, we was trying to sing them high notes to save our life. And we got close. And we do mean got close. But we will never be able to sing like her. But we was able to hit the notes a little bit. We was in the room singing and all that. And we heard that. We was like, I want to get into music one day. And we still gonna keep working on it. So it wasn't because of the color of their skin. People are so ignorant and without knowledge. We just like their music. And we weren't aware of this, and we didn't know this, as an artist when we first got into music. But you should always be well-rounded and know your music history. That's what we would encourage people. That's what we would say as an artist. Yes, we do spoken word. Yes, we do poetry. Yes, most of our music is more likely gonna be soft-spoken. Gonna be a little bit, hip-hop here and there. But you should always have different genres of music. You might win a contest one day, you might be able to work with that artist one day. You never know. You know what we're saying? And You might want to sample something, throw it in your music, get permission, of course. You don't mess around and get sued. But you might want to sample that song, or somebody might ask you about it or whatever, and you don't know, or you ain't never heard it. Or I don't listen to that artist. I don't listen to them. I don't listen to pop music. I don't listen to white people, all that. No. It shouldn't be about the color of their dang on skin. It should be about if they got good music or not. And you just, without knowledge, don't even know what the heck you're talking about. Have no clue what you're talking about. But yes, be well rounded as an artist. For anybody that's out there, we don't care if you're an indie artist or what, but be well rounded. Know something about other genres of music so you ain't completely clueless. And it helps too. You can't find someone to hip hop or R&B that you want to listen to and you in that mood. Find some pop. What's wrong with that? Find some jazz. What's wrong with that? Play the piano. Learn how to play an instrument. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find what works for you. Don't listen to everybody else. Out of here, man. So what we're gonna do, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break, play some of our music, and we will be back on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. All right, everybody, and just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. And for those that's just joining us, we basically piggybacking off the topic we did last week on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. We talked about music and songs that helped us through the years, so on and so forth. So today, like we said, we piggybacking off that, and we talking about ways to use music for healing, and that can save your soul, life, you know, inspire you, influence you, encourage you, all that good stuff. And we're just gonna talk about in this segment how to use music for healing. And all of it is really practical. We talked about this in the first segment a little bit. You can create your own personal healing playlist, your own personal healing playlist. Whatever genre it is, whoever you listen to, it don't matter if they black, white, polka dot, striped, whatever. Create you a playlist, every mood or whatever your mood is, whatever genre, whatever. It's gonna help you get through your daily routine. You work out, you go to work, you gotta deal with idiots, whatever's going on. Create you your own personal keyword healing playlist. You're going through a heartbreak, somebody done turned their back on you, they're out here lying on you, cheating on you, abusing you, whatever, talking about you. Music gonna help. We telling y'all. Anything like us, get in the studio if you know somebody, learn how to make your own beats. That's gonna sound even better because it's coming from your brain. So when we listen to ours while we be out working, that's our own playlist. And like we said, we do have certain artists, and we do mean certain, that we listen to, what I'm saying, when we don't feel like hearing our own music. Or we just get in one of the moods, like who I start listening to right now. Bing, and we just start playing it. And we'll listen to that song. We don't care. We'll listen to the same song 100 times while we out working. We like it. We by ourselves in the car, chilling. We're going to be in the car for at least like 10, 11 hours. We play everything, we go through everything on song, we're going to run out of stuff. Heck out of here. But yeah, create you your own personal playlist, man. And yeah, it can be meditation too. It can be meditation music. We said this in the first segment. We listen to it every night. Our husband can back us up on that. It helps us go to sleep and relax, especially after having a long day. Good Lord. Driving around like a maniac and just dealing with other people and just, oh my goodness. It helps. We work, we come home, do a little quick little exercise or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Put our stuff up, get situated. And when we lay down, we don't care. We watching YouTube, Tubi, whatever show. Stop that. Put the music on. Time to go to bed. And it helps us every night. We wake up to it. It's relaxing. The ambiance is quiet. It's peaceful. And we talk to our husband too. But it'd be quiet, peaceful, we be chit chatting about, various topics and I'm saying, little stuff like that. The unwind, what I'm saying, get settled in after having a long day, because we both have them. And that's, don't know if we said this already, but we ain't the only one out here having long days. Trust us, we know this, but we just be not to shun or push anybody to the side. We just locked in and focus on us right now, because that's one thing we can control. But we know this. Trust and believe, we know this, and we both talk about our day and little various stuff that done happened after all that. Play our music, get in the bed, breathe for a minute. Sometimes we fall asleep like we don't even catch it. We wake up like I actually went to sleep. Like that's how we know the meditation music is helping, and we like peace and quiet and smooth just after a long day. We really don't listen to our own music or anybody else's meditation. That's what we do, and it helps. Like I said, it helps us go to sleep. It helps us with our anxiety and the stress. We take deep breaths and we just listen to the music, and just it takes us away. Real talk. It really does. And we have our own personal healing list too. And we going once we get everything situated, probably I'll say probably about next week, we gonna start doing that. We have different artists we can go on like Apple Music and YouTube. We can just type in their name. But what we finna start doing is we gonna start getting our own playlist, every single genre, every single one that we can listen to. Because we don't listen to gospel. We don't do that. But All the other ones, yeah, we gonna listen to. We listen to a little bit of country, a little bit of rock. We ain't gonna lie. But we gonna get us our own little playlist with everything. And yeah, that ain't a bad idea. We didn't even think about that. But yeah, if you don't have one, make you one. You on listen to meditation, we gonna keep encouraging that. Even when we not talking about music, listen to meditation music. We telling y'all, just sit in the room. You ain't got to have no camera. Just sit in the room, sit on the edge of your bed. Just let it play for a few minutes. 1 minute out your day, 5 minutes out your day. We tell it's a big help, and you can listen to it in the car. You can listen to it at work. When the people offices, jobs or whatever, they playing a little quiet music and they got the little water stuff. What's the little fountain water thing? You can, I think, put batteries in the plug or something like that, and you listen to the little sounds of the water and all that stuff. Hey, you had a stressful job. We don't blame you. So we'll be doing the same thing on thing. We was working in the warehouse and stuff. We was listening to music. Help time go by. Trying to tell you. If you ain't got one, you want to listen to meditation, we encourage it, get you one. And journaling with music and using dancing as therapy, those two things can help too. The journaling with music, we would assume that's like writing it down or writing down your favorite artists or stuff like that. We haven't really done that too much, so we can't say we know anything about that, but we can say we know about using dancing as therapy. We can't dance with a damn, but we still do it anyway. We been here listening to music, you know what I'm saying? We have our little dancing and we move around a little bit. We don't do too much. Like we say, we can't dance with the damn, but we do a little something, help us feel better, move your body. It is exercise. You do burn calories for those that don't know. And it can help. It not just help you physically, mentally, emotionally, all that stuff. It can help, especially with exercise. You know what I'm saying? And therapy and all that stuff. So it can definitely help with that. But the journaling with music, we would assume just like having your own personal playlist, we would assume them two kind of go like hand in hand because you're creating a playlist and you creating a journal too. You understand what we're saying? With your music, your favorite artists, your favorite songs, all that stuff. And you ain't gotta be no dancing expert. You ain't gotta be no professional. Yeah, move your hips a little bit, cha cha, whatever you know how to do. And what I'm saying, use that as your therapy. Use your home. Like I said, you don't need a crowd. You don't even need a few people. You can do it by yourself and have your own little concert. That's what we be doing. Dancing, walk around here like we got 1,000 people watching us. That's how you got to be. And that's your therapy. Like, I don't need a bunch of people around me, to approve of me or all this stuff, man. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. I'm gonna enjoy myself. And people be like, I know you got to be bored, being home by yourself. All right, watch this. We have our own little personal concert. We be in the mood, upset or whatever, put some music on. It's constructive. We trying to tell y'all. It's better than going out there and getting in some type of dang on trouble and you mess around and get dead or you locked up or whatever. A lot of people get in their car and angry, drunk, and go just drive around and you affecting and messing up somebody else's life. Get you some music. It's gonna help. We're trying to tell you, get you some music. And we don't care if you're pissed off. That's like the best time. Majority of our first album, it's on SoundCloud right now. The majority of the music that we wrote on that album, we was going through something. We was heartbroken. We was in pain. It's some motivational music we got on there. And we're gonna mention that at the end of the show. But a couple songs, oh yeah, we was pissed off. We was going through some stuff. And you can listen to the song and tell we're talking about somebody. Most of them. We trying to tell you. But that's therapy too. I don't think people really realize how powerful music is. It's been destroyed now with social media and streaming because it used to be actually about talent and how hard you're willing to work. Now, people just using your numbers. If you viral, if you popular, it's like to us being back in high school and we hated high school. We hated school, period. Because all that was nothing but a popularity contest. How many people can know you? how much stuff can you accomplish and be better than the next person. That's what just remind us of. It used to be about talent and how hard you was willing to work. Now it's how fast you can shake your behind, how good you can do sexual acts, and how little clothing you can wear. You see all these girls walk around practically half naked. Look at our generation of music when we was growing up. We ain't saying they was fully clothed, but the way y'all doing it, it was nothing like the way it was when we was coming up. Absolutely not. So yeah, we had to be careful with that. We don't listen to all that. We don't do none of that. We don't even engage in it. Out of here. So yeah, get you a little journal. Healing, dance, live, laugh. It's too much going on as it is. You know what we're saying? Whatever song that changed your life, whatever song that helped your life, embrace it. You know what we're saying? People just don't even know. You ain't got to be no expert. You ain't got to have it all figured out. But music, it helps. Well, at least it's helped us through some of our darkest times when we didn't want to keep going. We was pissed off and mad and angry and all that stuff. It helped. It helped. It helped calm us down. We cried a little bit. Empowering songs. We got the encouragement. Okay, I can do this. I can get through this. And I'm saying, I got this. We're gonna be all right. Ain't gonna last forever. But everybody has that. That's why I listen to music so much. I think you see some of these movies and TV shows where somebody that went through a bad heartbreak or a bad, relationship or whatever. You see them either watching a movie or you're listening to music or whatever. Man, it'll change you. We trying to tell people. People just don't even know it will change you. All that. So that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have one, get you a playlist. You know what I'm saying? Journal with your music. Dance. Find meditation. You know what we're saying? Whatever your reason is, your motivation, whatever help you heal from, whatever it's gonna help you get through, um, all that stuff, and just think about how it's gonna impact you and affect you. And do be careful what you listen to though, because some of this stuff out here be very talking about the same thing over and over. Yeah, so just be careful with that though. But just focus on things that's going, reduce your stress, help improve your sleep. Ain't gonna have you all, in your feelings or whatever. Whatever you're going through, turn the music. It's something constructive and something that's gonna help. You know what we're saying? Say you going out here acting fool, and you can still be in your like, I'm gonna get that food, I'm gonna do it. You can still be in your and sing them same songs. Ain't nobody finna get there, ain't nobody finna go to jail. Just let it out. That's one of the things we love about music. You can let it out. You ain't got to hurt nobody. You ain't got to bash nobody, talk about nobody, do none of that. You know what I'm saying? And you can still enjoy yourself and do you. All that. So yes, music is very beautiful. It's helpful. It can be the best motivator. Everything. But when you're using it for the wrong reasons and you're not helping nobody, we're saying so on and so forth. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Yeah, so use it for the right reasons. To help people, to motivate. Don't just let it be about money and views and being popular and all that, because that's where it done went to. Nobody care about the talent anymore. They don't care. They just want to see how they can basically turn you into their puppet. You know what we're saying? How much of a hoe or a bottom feeder you willing to be, and what you willing to do to be famous. You know what I'm saying? And to be popular and have everybody know your name. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no privacy. Wherever you go, can't do what you want unless they tell you or give you permission. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So yeah, make sure you know what you're doing when you're getting into this industry and learn a little bit about music and royalties and getting paid and touring and all. Do that. Read that contract. Yeah, we getting all that. So we glad we didn't. We absolutely glad we didn't, because that's what it's about now. That's why we say we really hate the day social media came. We really do, because it ain't about talent no more. And especially with music, and we heard about this. Streaming is where it done went to. What happened to them days? You can just go buy somebody album. You had to actually go and buy the album. You couldn't just jump online and stream it. It used to be where it was damn near impossible to stream somebody's music. I think it was called privacy or something like that. I think that's what it was called. It used to be damn near illegal. It still is to do that. Now it's just they gave in. A lot of these artists done gave in. And you don't stream and you ain't making no music, you better get your behind there and go on tour. Trying to tell you, we been watching these videos, we learning this stuff, and we gonna stay indie artists, independent artists. Now we not about to go through all that. Absolutely not. But yeah, we have learned a lot listening to music. We learned a lot listening to our husband, watching these videos on TikTok and social media, doing our own research as well, not just watching the videos. We did our own research as well, and we learned a lot. And we glad we didn't get into it. We glad we did. So now we know, okay, stay independent. You keep your own money. Learn how to do everything yourself. You ain't got to pay nobody. And then it hit us too, and this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but it hit us too. Like you was already a PR and a manager when we was in Florida and stuff. We didn't even realize it. Like we was booking our own shows, connecting with people, networking, all that stuff. We was already doing that. So now we really got to learn the ins and outs of it, so we make sure we're doing everything correctly because we was just booking shows, doing our own stuff. We wasn't really into it like we are now. Now that we are, yeah, we need to do a little bit more research. The more you know how to do yourself, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot, especially as an indie artist. It's gonna be a lot, but you ain't got to pay nobody. You ain't got to worry about nobody backstabbing you or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. You're doing it all yourself. You just have to make sure you schedule everything so you don't overwhelm. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be good. But I said, that ain't had nothing to do with nothing, but that just kind of popped in our head, as far as music and everything. But yeah, whether you an artist or not, whether you in the industry or not, we don't care if you never produce or write a song a day in your life. We all got that playlist. We all got that music. We like to get up and dance. It helps heal. It helps people get through any type of BS that they're dealing with. All that good stuff. Yeah, so it helps us get through a whole lot of things, and it helps other people too. That's it, that's all. So what we're going to do, you guys, is we're gonna go ahead and take our last break, play some more music, and we're gonna come back and give you guys all our social media where you can check out the Queen Mimi Radio Show and all our other shows as well. We're gonna go ahead and close out and get back out here and get to work again. Yeah, all that good stuff. We are so tired. We'll be back on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. Beck. Oh, I said Beck. Our husband just commented. Yes. Hey, thank you very much. It sounds good. We got tired of thing. Don't feel like doing nothing. You already know. Yeah, all that good stuff. But anywho, welcome back to the Queen Mimi radio show, you guys. Um, we're gonna go ahead and give y'all all of our social media, like we said. We can check out the Queen Mimi radio show, and of course all our other shows as well. And we're gonna play some more music and get out of here. And of course, get started with our day again. So, first and foremost, you can catch the Queen Mimi radio show this Tuesday and every Tuesday morning live, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can follow us over on our YouTube, subscribe to the Queen Mimi radio show, LinkedIn, Queen Mimi, Twitch, Queen Candy 85. TikTok Queen Mimi, Clubhouse Queen Mimi 77, Red Note Queen Mimi, and you can go over to Zeno Radio, you guys, Zeno Radio 24/7, and you can listen to the Queen Mimi Radio show. You just have to go to xenoradio.com, type in the Queen Mimi Radio Show. Bam, we're gonna be right there. And you can hear the latest episode. We a little behind, y'all, so we gotta upload some new episodes, but you're gonna hear every episode of the Queen Mimi Radio Show, a little bit of our spoken word, and of course some of our instrumentals from music that we have produced over the past couple years. So yeah, y'all go over there and check that out as well. And you can catch us live. We just said on Twitch. All of our shows, same time, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Queen Mimi Radio Show every Tuesday. We're talking topics every Thursday. Queen Mimi blog every Friday, and the Queen Mimi podcast every Sunday. So y'all can check us out on those platforms as well. So with all that being said, and before we forget, I'm going to go ahead and mention this real fast. You can catch all of our shows on all podcast streaming platforms: Anchor, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, just to name a few. And yeah, you go over there, type in Queen Mimi Podcast. You will see every last one of our shows, you guys. You can check that out. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And we thank you in advance. All that good stuff. What else he done said? So yes, y'all, we finna go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, should we guess we ready. We still gotta do our little morning routine. But yeah, guess we ready to get out here as ready as we gonna be. But yeah, we finna go ahead and get out of here, y'all. Um, and pretty much get our day started. Got stuff to do. Of course, we gotta get out here and drive around like a maniac. All that good stuff. Get this money, and make it. Cause that's exactly what we're gonna do. So yes, thank you to everyone for joining us this morning. We appreciate it so much. Y'all stay safe. Take care of yourself out there. Don't work too hard today, and we'll talk to you guys Thursday on Real Talk and Topics. Y'all have a good one.